I can see. It's just a quick question, because I thought that, and Rosella, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that earlier you were asked to define interests, and when you defined interests, you defined interest as a desire. So
yeah,
I think that if BTA is just referring to desires as interests, then it's entirely fine for him to say something like bacteria has desires, if what's meant by desires is an interest, given that you would likely agree that things like bacteria, plants, non-human animals, purely biological organisms have interests in a biological sense, maybe not a psychological sense, but a biological sense, right?
Yeah, but that's not okay. But the contention is that he's saying that they have like a cognitive desire, right?
Well, I don't think he's saying anything about the desires.
No,
being
I mean
cognitive.
we're talking about like newborn children. He's saying that they have a cognitive desire.
Okay, is that what you're saying, BTA?
No.
They don't have a cognitive desire to live.
Hold on. You asked me to give.
You said that was wrong with that.
This was the claim. 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 Right. This was the claim. Okay.
Can I say that one more time?
Give me. Yeah. I'm just going to tell you again. So the argument that the claim you wanted me to provide the argument for, right, was a newborn baby has the desire to live. Right. I wrote it down.
Yeah, I said in a psychological way. I obviously, when I said a
You
morally
did not
relevant
say in
way,
a psychological way.
when I say in a morally relevant way, do you think that means like
You
the
did
same
not,
way that bacteria
okay,
have
that's
interests
where-
or desires
That's where
to
these
live?
issues came. Hold on, wait. Now you're crashing out. This is where the problem came in. I wrote down verbatim the claim, blunder again, that you wanted me to provide the argumentation for. Right?
But you didn't do it very well.
Give me, no, hold on. Then you're adding in a bunch of different stipulations and shit, like as of now.
I said
You're
that.
saying
Wait,
in the psychological,
awesome,
in the
are you
morally
there?
relevant way, in the like
Rev.
the morally relevant psychological factors.
Awesome. Did
of
I
like,
say morally relevant and did I ask the
Wait, you
newborns
did
have
say you
desires
did
in a
ask
morally
for a
relevant
morally
way?
relevant way, but you didn't ask for a cognitive way, and he's not. I mean, he shouldn't have to make the assumption that when you refer to something or some interest being morally relevant, that you're referring to that interest being cognitive, especially
Okay, I just
when
thought
you're
that one
pro-life.
without saying. I just thought that one without saying. Okay, then that's why I'm asking you, BT. I mean in a cognitive way. Do newborns have a desire to life in a cognitive way?
Do they have? I mean, yeah. Like I would
Okay,
say
so
that
what's
they
the
have.
argument for that?
Okay, let me restate again. All right, so okay. You know, fuck it. I'll just give you some motivation. I'm not formalizing. I'm not I'm not giving you fucking premises. It's not how normal discussions work. Whatever. Okay, so the reason why the baby is going to want to live and keep living is it is a biological organism that is programmed for cellular replication.
So is a bacteria. Do you think they have a cognitive desire to live?
Okay. Now I'm actually getting like kind of fucking irritated.
Yeah, I'd be
Whenever
mad
I'm
if
like
I was gonna
talking,
be
when I'm talking, right, when I'm like speaking and saying like words that have like a fucking linguistic, you know, like structure, they have some grammatical fucking rules. Maybe be quiet. Maybe. Is that a suggestion that can be made or no? Can you do that?
You can make it. I mean,
Are you going to follow this suggestion?
Saying false shit though, yeah, I'm probably gonna enter.
What do you mean? What did I say exactly that was false just now?
Yeah, I asked you, do newborns have a cognitive desire to live? And you said yes. And I said, what's the argument for that? And you said, because they're biologically ordered to reproduce. That's true of a fucking bacteria, dude. That's not indicative.
You did not let me finish. Right.
Okay, go ahead then, finish it.
So I can finish for now the fourth fucking time, or is this gonna be the fifth fucking time?
Yeah, I need to go finish it.
So I'm gonna finish without being okay, cool. Just want to clarify that. Cool. No, but you weren't the last four fucking times. So just wanted to get that like super clear. So they're a biological organism, right? The biological organisms, they have the like desire, the coding for cellular replication, right? Obviously, it's going to be the case, right, that I'm not saying that a bacteria is morally conservable. The baby has sentience and this desire, this like coding inside of itself to keep replicating and keep existing, right? It's going to be in conjunction What do you mean it's descriptive?
Yeah, just because it's sentient. If I conflated sentience with desires, why would I be asking for a definition? An argument that newborn children have desires. Can you answer that? But that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, obviously, just because an entity reproduces cellularly or whatever it was you said, it doesn't mean that they have psychological desires. So, are you going to...
Did I say that it was in conjunction? When I said the words, it biologically is coded to replicate. And then I said the words verbatim that it has like a brain structure. Oh my fucking God.
A brain structure doesn't indicate desires to me, or a psychological desire to live. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this.
Where do you think a cycle? Go ahead. Just really quickly.
Don't burden shift onto me. Don't shift.
No,
Yeah, you are.
You said no. I'm not pivoting.
Autumn, referee.
Yeah,
referee.
It might be really helpful to define what's meant by desires in this context.
Mm-hmm. A yearning.
A yearning? What? So if I say the words.
Okay, no, I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Okay, a desire. Something favorable. Or something palatable. Yes, that's what I'll say. But
something palatable, like tasty.
Do you think that that's the only way that you can use that word?
I just don't. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, something that's appealing, right? Something like that.
Something that's appealing. So like, okay, so let's say that.
Yeah, I want. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. That's badass. So like, you would say that like someone.
Why are you shifting onto my view?
10 grams of hair.
Autumn.
Okay, look. Just
can you tell him to stop? Can you tell him to stop pivoting and shifting onto
like when you said desires BTA, what were you talking about? Because I think that's what's really important here. Because you were the one that said that feature was like morally relevant in some sense, right?
Yeah, they just have an interest to keep living. They have an interest. They have an interest to keep living.
What do you mean by interest?
I don't know how to reduce interest further for you.
Okay, I didn't know how to reduce desire, but I just did it. Okay, I just went on a whim. Okay.
Didn't you say like 10 minutes prior in the conversation, you're like, why do you keep asking me to turn on this fucking bullshit? And now you're like doing this weird, I don't know what you're doing. It's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing either. I don't know what you're crashing out. And also, why is everybody like back? Like, can we just like have a
No, Rosella, I'm not ganging up on you at all. I was going to suggest...
Cool, this is a 2v1 now.
No, it's not a 2v1. I'm not debating you. I was going to suggest maybe a definition if you guys both agree with it for interests.
I've given several. He's just being like...
Okay, yeah, I mean, look, I don't have to, but if you want... there's...
Well, I think we can just continue this conversation anyways. Like, I don't know. Like, I was just going to say, like, BTA, like, are you just going to concede that they don't have cognitive desires to live? Because clearly you can't provide an argument for that.
Sure, twin. I'm tired, and
okay, well, can I just
whatever I concede, I don't care. Like, if I lost, I guess I don't debate this shit, sorry.
BTA,
sorry if I crashed out on you. Sorry, I'm fucking
BTA,
tired.
Can I just finish my argument?
Sure.
Okay, so in the case of when I'm riding on my motorbike and my brain functions get all fucked up, you said that there would be an obligation if it was in my desire to persist, right? And now you're saying that you've conceded that newborns don't have this desire, right? So cognitive desire anyway. So now I'm just going to ask you, if it's the case that this child gets like some viral infection in their brain and it like scrambles up their brain and it can be fixed in a 5-minute procedure, do you think they would be doing a moral wrong to not provide this procedure?
Listen, twin, I'm gonna be frank.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you see, I would dodge that too. Actually,
I'm not dodging.
Because that's gonna be a really bad
I'm going to bed. No, I'm really going to bed. Like I've actually expressed that.
I'm looking for a yes or a no. If you can say all this, you can give me a yes or a no.
Sure, no, yes, whatever the fuck. I don't really care.
Okay, so that's not gonna be. Yeah, that's not gonna answer. Okay, that's not gonna answer my question.
Yes. Does that end the conversation?
Wait, yes. So we're not obligated. We're not obligated.
Nope, we're not. Nope. And I've expressed to you. I've expressed to you that I want to go to bed. Okay, I've expressed to you that I concede. You've won the debate. I don't really, whatever bullet I got to bite for me to be able to go to fucking bed. Like whatever. Like, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, I'll take your concession. That was good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I expressed the concession about 5 minutes fucking prior.
Yeah, you just conceded
Like,
to a singular point, not the whole debate, but
no, I said I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Right.
yeah,
So
it feels like a
you went.
run.
There you go.
That feels like a run, actually. That feels like no. Anyways, BTA, you sleep well, Picky, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Becomes. I hope you can sleep well after that, because I wouldn't be able to, but